Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of 30 Days to Greater Self Love. Hope everyone is doing great today or tonight. Um, Hopefully, I'll make it on earlier tomorrow. I'm just getting home. But today, even though I have covered it a few times before, is affirmations. So, if you haven't done so already, create like 10 affirmations of self love, and you could put them on little stick it notes and post them around the house. You could write them on index cards. Um, Ever what you need to do, be creative. You may make jewelry. Um, you may do different types of stuff. Hi, how are you doing? So, with the affirmations, they could be anything like, I love myself so much, or I am light, I am good, I am great, um, I am love, or I love great. But you can come up with whatever affirmations that you feel suits you. I am beautiful. I am fun. I'm doing good. So I guess you could look at things. I heard someone say one time that there's a sea of love because love is a form of energy. Everything is a form of energy. So, with love being energy, it's everywhere, it's all around us. So, I know at times I feel like I have so much love to give. And whenever you don't have a place to put all that love, you just give it to yourself. Do you have 10 affirmations for yourself? With your affirmations, do you read them every day or think about them every day? Looking in the mirror, saying them to yourself, you know, repetition, doing it over and over and over again. Even with the compliments, taking the compliments that people give you and applying it to your life. Oh, that's great. 14. Yeah, just oh, that is wonderful. Vision boards are great. They even have a similar to a vision board, but it's like a movie, like a mind movie. And it's like a video vision board that you can create and watch it over and over again. I think it's pretty cool. I was thinking about giving it a try and see how it goes. But yeah, it's like how for years and years and years and years we've been telling ourselves negative stuff, or um bringing point, we point out our the things that we don't like about ourselves, the things that we feel like we need to change. um you know, it could be, I need to lose some weight, or With me, my hair is turning gray. But I've just never been one to dye my hair. So, and I'm trying to stay away from as many chemicals as possible because of bad experiences. So, it's like we look at ourselves and it's easy to see things that we may not like about ourselves and when it comes down to that, every time we think about it or every time we notice it, we're thinking something negative. So it's always good, even if you have some negative thoughts, if you this area that you think negative thoughts about, or the negative thoughts, whatever it is, whatever part of it is that you relate those thoughts with, is always good to try to look at those areas, those parts in a positive way, find something good in it. Because whenever you find something good in it, it destroys that negativity and just focus on that positive. I will send you some information on it. I haven't I started looking into it, but I didn't ever try it yet. So I know people say it works and you can, do it for different things that you um want to manifest into your life. Like if you wanted to manifest a certain type of job or more money or, different things. They say it helps with all of that. But it's like a movie vision board. Yeah. Some people are born with gray hair, so it they used to it, but my gray hair just likes to stand out. Really likes to stand out. But have you been doing your workouts? Told you do the 5 squats every time you go to the bathroom. Yeah, just be a form. I've been running around stores for hours. I am gonna rest. Yeah, I know how that is. I always try to be careful with my knees because those knees take you out. Every time I be doing good and getting my weight down, I start, do something like running and trip, and then my knee is messed up. And the last time I messed my knee up, the way I messed it up worse than I ever have, I simply turned. And I didn't turn, in a violent way. I turned gently, I feel. But the way I turned, somehow my knee gave me so much pain. And my whole leg swelled up from my um hip all the way down to my ankle. I don't know why it was so bad. It was worse than any time I ever felt. And it was just something so simple and that it took the longest time to heal. So it always it's a form of a barrier that throws you off track and keep you from going forward. But there's other things that you could do where you don't have to involve your knees. Hello, Denotra. How are you doing? Does the steroid shots work for you? They didn't ever work for me. The only thing the steroid shot helped me with was tennis elbow. I used to get tennis elbow all the time, and once I got that steroid shot in my elbow, I haven't had any problems with it, but it didn't help with my knees or my hips. But whenever my knee is acting up really bad, I like to use a knee sleeve for support. Um, Sometimes you could just use a band above your knee or below your knee to help, but the knee sleeves are pretty good. They give you compression in the areas and give you some form of support. You always try to be extra careful. That's why it'd be like you have to go slow at first because in your mind, especially with me, in my mindset, you used to be able to do this, so you can do it. But my body is like, I don't think so. So it's like my mind be trying to push me too hard, and my body is like, it ain't happening. Yes, appropriate shoes and protein is important. Well, the way to let it go is just to say it's healed and believe that it's healed. Just be like, my knee is healed. That could be like one of your affirmations too, is already healed. I accept it, I believe it, I claim it. That's what I had to do for my side because I was in so much pain. And it just lasted. It lasted. Usually it will come and go, but it lasted like a year and some months. So I was just like, I had to figure out a way to get rid of it. And then I started associating and seeing that at certain points in time, around certain people, my pain would disappear. So I started realizing that it could be something more to that. But whenever you don't think about something, is it really there still? Like if you don't think about the pain or, claim the pain, does it have any power over you if you don't acknowledge it? I remember when I used to work out barefoot. But yeah, shoes are important. But yeah, you could just put anything that's bothering you. Well, doctors can be funny. You can go to the doctor and they can confirm it. But, doctors can also tell you that you're sick and you believe them. I remember whenever I was suffering from depression and the doctor, I was going in there explaining my symptoms that I wanted to get rid of. And the doctor gave me a prescription and all the side effects of the pills were the same thing, the same feelings that I was trying to get away from. And I'm just like, why are you giving me a prescription that's going to cause me to have more of what I came here to get rid of? As whenever I knew right then there was something wrong. But I don't know, whenever I was on antidepressants, for me, they didn't help me any. So I know some people, they may, it may help them, but they didn't help me. I remember, I think it was January the 5th, 2005. I remember waking up one day and I just realized I'm not depressed anymore. And I started jumping up and thanking God. I was like, I'm not depressed anymore. And I was so happy. I know at times I have my ups and downs. It's like, um, especially with hormones, because certain points of time of the month, them hormones get you, and you just be like, "What's going on?" But I don't know. It's like for me now, I do have my downs at times, but it's like I instead of it having control of me, I have control of it. I look at it as a symptom instead of um uh if I can think of the word, I just look at it like a symptom though that it's not a lifestyle for me. It's not a way of living for me. That's why when it comes down to depression and everything, you just have to let go of the things that are causing you to feel that way. Some people just don't want to let go of it. I don't know, it just, whenever I was at that point and couldn't see a way out, it was like I wanted help. I wanted somebody to come rescue me and save me. And I remember praying for help at times whenever I wasn't praying for death, because I did pray for death a lot. Um, but praying for somebody to come help me, to rescue me, um, for God to help me and take away my pain and heal me. But God has given us all the tools that we need to do it ourselves. We need to be our own heroes and find solutions to our problems and the things that are holding us back and holding us down. You know, some people, they enjoy the misery. When you're in that state, it's easy, it hurts you, but it's what you do because you just want people to feel sorry for you and feel bad for you and pity you. And they be like, you say when you're in that state that that's not what you want, but in reality you do want people to feel sorry for you. So yeah, that is true. In turn it can be from anger, or and a lot of symptoms that you start noticing too with depression is, or a lot of people that experience depression, um it can come from how their self-esteem is about themselves, if they love themselves or not. um it can also come across where somebody hurts you, or you're getting repeated patterns of being hurt over and over, by the same type of people. It's like your energy that you're throwing out there is attracting the same stuff to you over and over, and you're having these same experiences over and over again. Or um, you're not really forgiving people. You say that you forgive them, but you still kind of hold a grudge against them and blame them over and over for what they done to you in the past or still doing to you. But you just have to realize that control you have the power to control how you let other people affect you and how you choose to feel about certain situations. Now, like whenever somebody could do you wrong and you can choose to focus on that, and then it just start building up in you, making you angry or hurt or whatever. Or you could just let it go, let it not affect you. It might hurt you for a minute when it first happens, but instead of you dwelling on it, you find something better, something to change the situation for you, or put it behind you. Just let it go, because the more you think about it, the more it's going to start affecting you. And yeah, internalized hurt and low self-esteem. Yeah, but you have to envision where you want to be, how you want to feel. And if depression is not making you feel good, just find some feelings or some reminisce to a place, go to a place. I always tell people that sometimes you have to escape reality. And because, a lot of times reality can have a lot of negativity in it. So whenever you escape from reality, and you might go to La La, some people say you're stuck on La La Land, or, you go to a place where you can find peace, your fantasy world where everything is occurring the way that you need it to be for you in your life, or you want it to be. And just go to that place, and um, sometimes that's where you have to stay for a little while and just be in that good feeling, because that's a place where nothing can hurt you. You just be in that good feeling, or take good memories or the feelings from it, because a lot of it is not so much internalized from the thoughts or the people surrounding it. It's the feeling, the feelings, the feelings, the feelings. The feelings are what can heal you. The good, happy feelings, getting places of happiness. And um, I always say rainbows, unicorns, butterflies, and flowers. Because and you stay in it longer enough, it feels like um I call it a heaven on earth feeling, because it feels really, really good, and it's like full of joy and peace and happiness. Um, but sometimes you just have to get to that place. People look at you like you're cuckoo because you're happy, and they can't figure out why you happy. Yeah, right. And it's a great way to release things from your mind, from your head. Yep. You do have to work on being happy. It's not something it's easy to when you're focusing on the things around you in the real world, because it's always going to be something that is going to bother you. something that somebody does or says or some event that takes place or happens, you know, it's always going to be something that may bother you, but you just choose, you might be like looking at it and be like, oh, okay, that happened. And you just have to just take it for what it is. It happened. That's in the past now. Moving on to you living in the present, not dwelling on the past, and you have hope for the future, but, live in the present. Yeah, that's why you got to focus on the feeling, the good feeling, instead of not focusing on how things are with a person or as fantasy of things that you could be focusing on seeing yourself in a positive way in life, and focusing and visualizing and fantasizing about the you that you want to be. All your affirmations shining through you. Where when you look at yourself or think about yourself, you already know that you are all these things already. But it takes practice, constant practice. Every time a bad thought, negative thought come up, um, you know, every time one comes to my head, I'd be like, please forgive me for having that thought. And then I try to think about something positive. Sometimes, yeah, when it's temporary, um, it's one thing. A lot of people look to other people for to feel a certain way, but in reality, you got to know that it's you. Like whenever you feel a certain way about people, where you are feeling like you're getting something from them, or you might see something good in them, and it may not even be there really. It could just be what you have in you, and it's just you're just seeing it reflecting off of them people. So that's why sometimes things be going on and you just be like, huh, that seems strange. Because you see it, and then it may not even be real, but you can use it to your advantage if you do find something like that. But yeah, you have to put yourself first, and learn not to rely on people so much, because whenever it comes down to it, if you don't have yourself, who do you have? And if you're not putting yourself first, then um, being the best that you can be towards yourself, then who's going that extra mile to do exactly what you need in your life? It can, we're always early on trained to need people, and it's just like everybody wants support, wants somebody to support them. Um, but you just got to support yourself. Support yourself. Um, yeah, that was part of the lesson. Well, the lesson we covered Monday, day one, to pay attention to how we treat others, because sometimes we treat them a whole lot better than we treat ourselves. So some people, selfish is putting others down to bring yourself up, but some people look at you doing for yourself more than you do for others as selfish too. But that is true self-respect is setting appropriate boundaries and teaching others what we will and won't accept. We teach others how to treat us, true, and our boundaries protect what most what's most important to us. But it's also that whole pleasure thing going on where people just shut their boundaries down for that pleasure and give into what they can get that good feeling from, that temporary feeling. That yeah, all the love, time, tears, and energy that you poured into others and never received anything in return. It is your turn. And you taught yourself well when you're doing all that for others. So you know how to do it for you. You already know. Just take all that and give to yourself. And so, I told you we have everything in us. If we can do it for other people, we can do it for ourselves. It takes changing our mindset, changing our mindsets, letting go of reality at times, escaping, have your little escape place. It could be, listening to music, spending time alone, driving, um, yep, being aware is very important. Is how often do you get the quiet time to yourself to really be able to reflect on things, not the negative things or the things that are hurting you, but reflect on reflecting on what you're doing for you. Your life is about give and take. It's got the givers in the world and the takers. The givers are, I know I'm a giver. You give, and then if you're not receiving whatever you need back, you start, it's like your energy is zapped. So, and then whenever you start putting yourself in situations where you self sacrifice, where you're sacrificing yourself um, for the, you know, for others, that starts getting you in trouble and not really a good place to be in either. That's whenever you got a problem, whenever you are, starting to self sacrifice. Yeah. But whenever you do your self reflection, don't go. This is what I had to do for me. I had to accept the things that, I looked at so much in my life that were, you know, bad and negative that, I used to always be like, "Oh, if I could go back and change my life or change a point in time in my life, I would change this or do this differently." But, I ended up in a situation or in a place and, I experienced I still think it's a miracle the way it felt. But it was like everything that had happened to me in my life, the path that I chose, even whenever I thought I had chose the wrong path, everything just led up and ended up putting me in a situation that I needed to be in to experience that moment. So it's like you think you're making a mistake or choosing the wrong path, but even the things that you've gone through, it makes you who you are. Um, it gives you that power and puts things in you that gives you your superpowers. Those very things that hurt you and you feel like held you back your whole life, the things that you dwell on as being negative and painful and hurtful, those things are the things that give you fuel for your power. That's the things that are, the things that didn't kill you. It made you stronger, like super strong, preparing you for whatever it is that you need to do in your life. Yeah. When you start giving yourself the energy, you'll start attracting the energy that you need. You're giving it all away. So, you'll start noticing that things start changing for you around you. Um, don't be like, "Oh, if Imma do this, I'm gonna get this." Just focus on being happy and feeling good and appreciate, your life, you know, the where you are. Just be appreciative and accepting of it, and just love it. I remember when I didn't love my life, I love my life now. Yeah, that is true. When you don't know your limits and boundaries, you give more than you should. Sometimes it just takes isolation if you can. I know people will be mad about the isolation part, but if that's what you need to do, yeah, it might be what you may need to share your testimony. Your testimony may help other people. I know stepping out the comfort zone and because stepping out your comfort zone, it establishes a place for growth. Um, and you know, that's sort of like it's got fear and that uncomfortable feeling. It's got, all those are types of things to hold you back. I mean, that's another thing you could do a list on too, um, and be more aware of whenever um, you're interested in something, but you're kind of scared or nervous to try. Um, just give in and give it a try, give it a go because um, you're afraid of what would happen if you do it and fail. But what would happen if you don't do it? You don't get a chance to, you know, don't even give it a chance to fail or be successful. So it'd be a lot of missed chances by not taking those opportunities and doing the things that you want to do and try. I can understand it takes time. Yeah, stepping out on faith is important because whenever you take a step towards um, what you want, when you take those steps, like when you want better and you take the step towards better, you'll start seeing where better starts coming to you. It's like God, and some people say the universe or the world. Like whenever you take those steps forward, you'll start seeing that you got help. It's like you putting in the work, even if it's just a little simple thing, you going towards your goal and you start seeing it gets easier and easier. Where you might just sort of like you might think of something, you might sign up for something, or you might think of something and then it just start popping up, or you needed something and somehow it just appeared or came up, or you're thinking about a solution to a problem and you all of a sudden have it. It just, you just got to, that's where having that time to meditate and think and reflect on things, um, stuff will just, you'll start noticing stuff. A lot of stuff is sitting there around us that we been praying for, sitting all around us, but we haven't aligned ourselves to receive it, receive our blessings, because we um, are holding ourselves back from our blessings. We're standing in our own way. And I know stepping on faith is something that I always struggled with, because I was the person that always was the cautious person. Yeah, scared of doing anything and trying anything, not wanting to be seen or put myself out there, always being that invisible person. Yeah, I remember I would make eye contact with people, especially whenever I got out in public places, because, when you don't make eye contact with people, majority of the time you don't have to speak to them. But time you make eye contact, then, you know, i- somebody will speak to you and ask you how you doing or something. Yes. And you'll start noticing a whole lot more. It is, some things are so exciting whenever you start realizing it and you're like, oh, really? Wow. Yep, you do have to believe that you can overcome the challenges and accept your personal flaws and strengths and weaknesses, because everyone does have their sacred purpose, and believing that you have value is important. Yep, that is so true. As God created us in his image. A lot of people think there's a big giant um being out there that looks like us, but God created our souls in his image. So he is imprinted in our souls. So with God being our creator and him giving us dominion over the earth, we are creators. So everybody has the power of creation inside of them. Everybody has that power to make the world a better place. Um, everybody, since God is our creator, is like how you be like, how we're sisters, how, family members. It's like everybody's a big family. Everybody's like one because we all come from one creator. So everybody is connected in a way. But, that's with the universal laws, which, tie in with the same laws of God. um, if everybody followed those rules and laws, it would be like the world would be so much friendlier. Everybody, there would be trust in the world, there would be love in the world, peace. Is everybody would follow those rules and those laws, because they are to, keep everybody respecting each other and doing right by each other. And, if everybody would follow them and everything would go in that flow and everybody following what's in their hearts to do, what they're passionate about, what they love. And, because even with your job, if you're doing something you love and you enjoy, it won't feel like working. You will have so many better days because you're doing what you love to do. And that's how we end up getting in that point of struggle, and dread because we're maybe doing jobs that we don't like or enjoy. And it's just like we um dread going to work each day or whatever. Um But if you were doing something that you were passionate about, something that made you want to jump up in the mornings and get started, and what makes you feel really, really good doing, and if you had that as a job, then it's like you would be in a better feeling. Um, so with you being in a better feeling, and you're happy and keeping that happiness because, with happiness, people treat other people better. So you may go and do something really great for somebody, and, it could be lead up to some big, important person that notices you, and then it's like, why don't you do such and such, and it's in the area that you like, and then, you may start getting paid more, it's just like when you're not focusing so much, you may want something, but whenever you're not really focusing on that, you just focus on enjoying your life, enjoying yourself, and enjoying what you do. Um, Being in a good service to others or to the world, think about what can I do to help the world? What can I do to create something great in the world? And you work on that creation of yours, or, you know, start brainstorming and writing different thoughts down, what you love, you enjoy, you like to do, what you passionate about, what keeps you going, getting that burning fire inside of you. Um, and you start, working towards it, taking those steps, you'll start feeling better. And, you know, it's just exciting. Yeah, fear can be crippling. That's one of the shackles that's holding people back. Yeah, faith and fear cannot coexist because with fear, it's sort of like you have your instinct, and the instinct is fear. it it puts that fear in us. If we think that something bad is going to happen, we won't do it because a lot of it is fear of failure. And, like if I was like, I'm going to go sing a song, and I know I'm not the greatest singer. I will be the greatest singer because if that's what I want to do, I will be a great singer. But it's just little things like that. You believe that you can be something or do something, you can be it, you can do it, you can succeed with it. Um, you just have to take those steps. Like I said, at one point, I couldn't even drive on 95. I was so scared. I would take the back roads that would take me longer to get there, but I was too scared to drive. Them trucks was scaring me to the point where I didn't even want to get on the road. um, so I was, that's another thing too, that whenever you need to do something and you can either do it with your own free will or something to come along out of nowhere that puts you in that position where you have to do what it is you need to do anyway. So with my job, I remember I didn't take this one job that would have been a much better paying job in Wilmington because I'm just like, I'm so scared of driving across that bridge. So I took the job I took instead. And guess where my training was? In Wilmington. So I had to drive across the bridge anyway. So it's like if you got, if you're supposed to be somewhere or for whatever reason or overcome something for whatever reason, you may try to avoid it the best that you can, but sometimes something will come along and push you where you need to go. So a lot of times we think we're so far off the path that we haven't been, aren't being guided, but we are. We ask for help. We're still getting help. You know, you may not notice it because when you're not aware of it, you just don't sort of pay attention to it. But whenever you start paying attention, you'll start seeing where all these things are happening over and over again in your life. And you start noticing that everything works out for you. Everything works out for you. Always. Everything always works out for you. You just didn't realize it until you start reflecting on things and you see everything is always working out for me. Yeah, it's so great. I'm so glad that you love what you do. And you just keep enjoying it and being happy in it. And like I said, it'll be something that's not like work at all. It's just like where you going out, um, enjoying yourself. Yeah. But even with the truckers, some of them are being pushed too hard and they tired. They try to keep going, but and I'd be tired, so I can understand where they coming from. And sometimes you just have to get off the road. Like tonight, I was sleepy driving, and I was just like, "Let me get off the road." So I got off the road and got me a coffee, um, with an extra shot of espresso because I was like, "I got to sleep tonight, but I got to make it home." um, but sometimes you just have to. you have to your body tells you when you need rest. It's different things that your body tells you that you need. Like even with the pain, when you're having pain, you can meditate to heal the pain too, or make the pain go away. You could just, um, meditate and imagine surrounding, like your knee, for instance, with light, um, and think about what it is that area might be trying to tell you or what it needs. Um, and talk it away. Talk the pain, say you're getting better, I feel this pain in you. You can rub it and talk to it, know, until it gets better. Yeah, that's why I got an extra shot of espresso in it. Because I know just drinking the coffee wouldn't have done nothing for me. Coffee makes you hyper. Earl Grey tea and mixed with oolong tea makes me hyper. Especially, if I'm near some crystals in my, that I'm carrying around with me. Because it just feels like, that's sort of how it feels, like the hyper feeling. That's sort of that's sort of how it feels whenever you feel good and happy and high on life. That hyper feeling. That, you know, hyper, you can start comparing it to joy. Hyper, happy, joy, that good feeling, that energy. When you got all this energy surging through your body that's making you feel good, like you can take on the world and you can do this and that and whatever else. It's just that good feeling. Yeah. But yeah, happiness makes you hyper. That's what that happiness and that joy feel like energy. You notice that you got more energy during these periods of times too, don't you? It's like all this is surging through your body, and you're just like, that's why, when you're really pumped up, or your endorphins are going, pumping, 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 like even with working out, you get to that point where you just feel like that, where you feel powerful, and you just feel like you can keep going and going and going and going. And yes, because people will come and suck all that energy away from you if you let them. That's why, you could be feeling great, and then somebody might say something, and then it just change your whole mood. But you can choose not to let it change. It might get you down for a little while, but you just start thinking of something that'll get you, that energy flowing again. That good energy, not the bad energy. But yeah, it really, really feels good. I know sometimes, I guess, I remember there was this cereal when I was in college that I tried, and it would make me um have the giggles, and it would give me energy, and I would feel good. And they'd be like, "Are you high?" And I'd be like, "I'm high on this. I'm high on life." But that's what when that energy is rushing through your body and you're just having that good feeling, it does feel like you're high on life because, I don't do drugs. So, you know, it does feel really, really good. Yep. Doing the electric slide with Jesus. Now be careful of your knee when you're doing that. Yeah, treat it like a baby. Just talk to it and be like, knee, I love you and I need you to work for me. I need to use you to be able to walk around, to be able to do the things I need to do. But I need to sleep. I got a long drive in the morning. So I hope you all have a good night. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, upper body dancing is great. That's what I like to do in the car. You could do upper body dancing and a lot of stuff for your abdominals while you're driving. Yes, and it's so windy outside. It's like blowing, and it just feels like a good time to sleep. It's like the perfect um, temperature in here. It's like a little cool, but not cold. Or it feels like that 4 a.m. I always feel like 4 a.m. is like the perfect sleeping time. And I used to hate waking up at 4 a.m. to go to work because it just feels like that would be the time that you would get the best sleep because of the way um I don't know, it was just like something in the air at 4 a.m. where you just everything feels a certain way, and the quietness, the stillness, the atmosphere. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess this is what it feels like. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm asleep good tonight. All right. I enjoy having y'all here. Thanks for joining me. And I hope you all have a good night. Love you too. All right. And keep loving yourself. It's an everyday practice, but soon it'll be things that come naturally to you. Just stay in a good feeling and just try to have fun, some fun because, you only have one life to live and it's your life. You know, think about the Frank Sinatra song that Bon Jovi redid, you know, it's my life. It's now or never. We won't live forever. So enjoy your life. All right. And so just have to think, don't waste your life. Enjoy it and, you know, do things that you want to do. Like if you're a writer, you wouldn't want to go to the grave without having written a book. You might have all this information inside your head that you needed to get on paper so that people would know about it and know how great you are, but you didn't ever write the book and you died. So the book is died with you. or it could be a song, it could be a dance, it could be a play, it could be a story, it could be anything, you know. You might have a laugh that might tickle people and make other people laugh. People might want to see you doing the electric slide. So you got to get that video out there, to the world. It could be anything that's inside of you that you just need to share with the world for whatever reason. Yeah, time is something that we're not promised, and it's something that we can't get back once it's gone. But like a lot of people look at the young children, be like, "Oh, I wish I was that age again. I would do this, that, and the other." But at the age you are now, you still, today's a new day and tomorrow's a new day that's coming, possibly. But each day you wake up to a new fresh start where you can do something that you've always wanted to do. You know, you didn't have to just do it when you were young. You can do it now too. So you can't go back and change the past. It happened. It's done and over with. You can change the way you look at the past and how you can either, if the past has been, you've been using the past against you, you can change the way you see it and use it, you know, in a positive way to, fuel you and energize you and empower you. And yeah, cherish every moment and make the best of it. I know I need to make some changes, so I know, especially with my job, I got to make some changes. I just feel like I need to live and have some free time. Um, but enjoy yourselves and, you know, think of something fun, funny, laugh, or whatever every day and keep loving yourselves. So, good night and thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.